Welcome to the first video in this channel, hope you guys are doing well. After this unfortunate year, we still have anime to keep us excited for another new year. Today we are going to look at the 10 high expectations of anime in the coming winter 2021. Hope this video can help you to find out your most anticipated anime in the upcoming season. Without further ado, get ready your popcorn and let's start today's video. The first anime we will look at is The Promised Neverland Season 2. The second season of The Promised Neverland is an anime television series adapted from the manga series written by Kyu Shirai and illustrated by Posuka Demizu. Now the series has been confirmed to premiere on January 7th. It's about to explore some completely unique ideas about the world of demons around Emma and the other children. The Promised Neverland's second season is going to be a dramatic departure from the events of the first season. As now that Emma and the other Grace Fieldhouse children have made their way to the outside world, they will begin to see just how dangerous the world around him truly is. Furthermore, Norman was shipped off before he could escape, so Emma and Ray will be leading the escapees themselves. They must explore unknown territory, trying to survive amongst an entire species that wants them dead. The first season of the series was a huge debut due to its cat and mouse games. But the second season won't be treading that same ground because it's an entirely new setting with new characters. Make sure you guys check out Season 1 too. Next, we have Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation. It is a light novel series by Refugia Nene Maganote about a jobless and hopeless man who reincarnates in a fantasy world while keeping his memories, determined to live his new life without regrets. This is an anime television series adaptation by Studio Bind and set to premiere on January 10, 2021. The story follows a 34-year-old man who was hit by a truck and lost his life when he was driven out of his house on his parents' funeral day. When he woke up, he was reincarnated as Rudius Greyrit in a different world of swords and sorcery, except that he got his whole life reset, starting as a baby. With all of his knowledge from his previous life, and a new heaping helping of magical ability, Rudius quickly becomes a formidable warrior ready for adventure. The series continues episodically with a series of story arcs based around Rudius to ensure the human god's precise demise, as well as his daily life and growing family. We also have The Healer, Redo of Healer. This is a Japanese fantasy light novel series written by Rui Tsukio and illustrated by Shia Konbu. It's a television series adaptation by TNK and will premiere on January 13, 2021. The main character Kiaru, a boy born in poverty, who admires heroes and leads a simple, peaceful life, was suddenly changed, as he was exploited repeatedly by others due to being a healing magician. He becomes a hero cheered by the villagers and sets out on a promising voyage. However, what lied ahead were days full of nightmares that could only be described as hellish. Kiaru notices what lies beyond just his healing magic, and is convinced that a healing magician is the strongest class in the world. By the time he realizes his own potential, he is already deprived of everything. Thus, he uses healing magic on the world itself to go back 4 years into the past, deciding to redo everything and get revenge on the ones who exploited him. After so many years of waiting, we finally have the World Trigger Season 2. World Trigger is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Daisuke Ashihara. An anime television series produced by Toei Animation and set to premiere on January 10, 2021. The story about in Mikado City, a gate to a different world suddenly opens and monsters called neighbors start appearing from the gate. A mysterious organization called the Border, and it has appropriated the neighbor technology called triggers, which allows users to channel an internal energy called Tryon and use it as a weapon or for other purposes. Second season will officially be tackling the Galopula, and this means you guys will be introduced to a number of powerful new faces. While Border is dealing with Galopula, Osamu, Cougar and Chika are getting stronger with new skills and new strategies to earn more points in rank war.
人に見つからぬよう人と関わり合って生きる存在獣
お前は血を持たぬ鬼クーラーと人の間に生まれた汎用の子だ
Kemono Jihen is also on the list. This anime is Japanese manga series by Sho Amoto. An anime television series produced by Agia Do Animation Works will premiere on January 10, 2021. Kemono Jihan is about a boy known as Dorato Bo who is avoided by the people who surround him, and Inugami, a detective who specializes in the occult. The story begins with Inugami arriving at the boy's town to investigate a case where many cattle are dying and their bodies rot, appearing in a remote mountain village in just one night. While working the case, he befriends a strange boy who works in the field every day instead of going to school. After a yokai that lives in the mud, Dorota helps Inugami uncover the truth behind the killings. But supernatural forces are at work, and while Dorota is just a nickname, it might not be the only thing about the boy that isn't human.
あの日から全部始まったんだ。
お前は今日から管理人や。
よろしく。彼女の名前はジョンだっけ？
ジョゼや。
ジョゼ。
After all those action animes, we should have some romance with Jose, the Tiger and the Fish. Jose, the Tiger and the Fish is a 1984 Japanese short story by author Seiko Tanabe. This anime film is produced by Bones and set to be released on December 25, 2020. The main character Jose is a girl who loves painting and reading books. She is a wheelchair user and lives with her grandmother. Living with her old grandma, Jose never really lived life outside her home. She finally decides to jump out to the curious world outside when she meets Sunio, a university student studying marine biology. At first, Jose and Sunio don't get along. However, Jose overcomes her shyness and opens her heart after having many experiences for the first time. The first trip to the beach, the first shopping experience, the first friend with mutual hobbies, etc. Gradually, Jose and Sunio develop affection toward each other. By falling in love, Jose begins to understand the society, discovers her own potential and hope of life. In the meantime, Sunio gets involved in a traffic accident which forces him to give up his plan for studying abroad. Jose begins to draw a picture book on a drawing paper for Sunio and for herself.
スケートのレースがあるんだよ。閉鎖された鉱山で関係者しか入れない特別なレースが行われる。その名も S。
Next up we have a sport anime with skateboard, SK The Infinity. SK8 The Infinity is a Japanese original anime television series produced and animated by Bones that is set to premiere on January 10, 2021. The main character Reki, a high school sophomore and skater, is addicted to S, a highly secret and dangerous downhill skateboarding race that takes place in an abandoned mine. The skaters are especially wild about the beefs, or heated battles that erupt in the races. Reki takes Langa, a transfer student returning to Japan after studying abroad, to the mine where the races are held. Langa, who has no skateboarding experience, finds himself pulled into the world of S.
壁は神。それがその大地、リンガリンドの根幹である。
Let's look back and we have Back Arrow. Back Arrow is an upcoming original television anime series produced by Studio VOLN. This is directed by Goro Taniguchi and written by Kazuki Nakashima. The anime is set to premiere on January 9, 2021 and run for 2 cours, which is half a year. The story begins with Ringarindo, which is a land surrounded by a wall. The wall covers, protects, cultivates, and nurtures the land. The wall is God and it is the foundation of this land of Ringarindo. One day, a mysterious man named Back Arrow appears in Esha village on the outskirts of Ringarindo. Arrow lost his memories, but says that all he knows is, he came from beyond the wall. To restore his memories, Arrow heads out beyond the wall, but he is embroiled in a battle with himself. The list also include Disease Specialist, Dr. Ramune Mysterious Disease Specialist. This is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Aho Toro. It is an anime television series by Platinum Vision and set to premiere on January 10, 2021. The story begins with a world where as long as there are hearts in people, there will always be those who suffer. And then something strange comes into his mind and causes a strange disease to manifest in his body. The disease, known as the mysterious disease, is unknown to most, but it definitely exists. There is a doctor and an apprentice fighting against this disease which modern medicine cannot cure. His name is Ramune. He acts freely all the time, has a bad mouth and doesn't even seem like a doctor. However, once faced with the disease, he can quickly discover the root cause of the deep-seated distress of his patients and cure them.
堀さんですよね。1組の。
あなた同じ学校？
何言ってんですか？同じクラスの宮村ですよ。
Before we end, I got some comedy and school life for you guys. It's the Horimiya. This is a Japanese shonen web manga series written and illustrated by Hiroki Adachi. It's an anime television series produced by Cloverworks and set to premiere on January 10, 2021. The story is about Kyoko Hori, who is a bright and popular high school girl, contrasting with her classmate, the gloomy and apparently nerdy glasses-wearing boy Azumi Miyamura. Outside of school, Hori is a homebody who dresses down and takes care of the household and her younger brother Suta. She tries to keep this a secret from her classmates. One day when Suta returned home with a nosebleed, he was helped by someone sporting multiple earrings and tattoos as well as a punk-styled appearance. The person recognizes her and reveals himself to be Miyamura. The two agree to keep their real personas a secret from their schoolmates, but start relating to each other as friends and later as a couple. Hope you guys enjoy today's video and remember to hit the subscribe button and like the video for more videos. Thank you for your time and see you. Cheers.